Yes, a very good afternoon. Right, so how are all of you? Good, great, okay. Right, so first question I think which I should ask at the beginning of the batch is when is your attempt? May 17, November 17, okay. By any chance anybody has written November 16 and thought, okay, better I prepare again before I get the result? Okay, that could also be the case. Okay, right. So what made you thought of coming for a class for audit? 12:30 in the afternoon, having good food and then relaxing for some time, and then you've taken the effort, the decision to come and sit for a class in the afternoon, 12:30 to 3:30 every day for next 35 days. So, ऐसा what pinch have you got for audit के it made you come and sit here in the class? Why IPCC troubled you?
Opportunity cost of sleeping at 12 to 3 is a very big one, 6 months.
I know, exactly. And at least if you sleep in the class, listening to a theory subject, something sleep talk, at least something will go into the brain. You understand, no? Even though if you listen over here, so it's a better utilization, no? Rather than sleeping at home, you can sleep in the class. Aisa? Okay, yes. What else? Because I think your seniors, some of them, now the mindset has changed, कि काफ़ी seniors, they give an advice, audit हो जाता है self से, class करने का काम नहीं होता है, हाँ, that's why ना वो shift आ रहा है अभी, people are realizing that, जैसे keypad phone से smartphone पे सब shift हो गए ना, वैसे for audit also, from self study to classroom study, students have shifted. Why? What do you know about audit? मतलब इतना पता है कि CA फाइनल ग्रुप 1 में 100 मार्क्स है, इसके अलावा बेसिक प्रॉब्लम ऐसे है. अच्छा, कितने ऐसे है? अराउंड 40, अराउंड, ओके. और ऐसे के अलावा और SRE भी है, ओके. नहीं वहाँ बैंक, इंश्योरेंस, NBFC, cooperative, you couldn't do it on your own.
Those small topics are okay, but the technical one, essays like some of them said, and then professional misconduct and all that, no matter how much essay, nothing goes in the head.
Nothing goes into the brain. And you've got the earlier book for May 17. Now we've just, I think it's in the printer right now, the book. You're getting the new book. Yeah, they might not be aware, but we've incorporated the November 16 question paper also in the book with the answers. So you're getting the latest one, except for RTP May 17, everything is there in the book. Okay, right. So you've realized. Okay, right. So it's very, very important, to do a class for audit. The view which you get by studying on your own and the understanding of the subject which you develop in the class, there is no comparison between the two. The manner in which you write the answers, the way in which you link the standards. At least, one pakka advantage of doing the class is you at least come to know what all is there in the syllabus. बाकी और कुछ हो ना हो, क्लास के बहाने इतना पता चलता है कि ये है सिलेबस में पर मुझे आता नहीं है, एटलीस्ट वहाँ तक पहुँच जाते हैं. You understand? You come to know. So at least the first whitewash of the subject that happens in the class. Okay, the size of this book has been increasing, it's becoming fatter and fatter day by day. But the advantage of it becoming fatter, even though if it has become, is that now suggested RTP, practice manual, accounting standard ka case studies, it's like a one-stop solution for the entire subject of audit. You understand? Entirely, all your suggested RTPs, all practice manual questions, I can tell you 95 or 96% has been incorporated into this book. So rather than studying so many different books, it's better enough to study only one book. Okay, right? Then intentionally, I speak in the class in English. To some extent, I also speak in Hindi. The reason why I speak in English in the class is we have to write the paper in English. So, even though if you understand in Hindi, and in the exam hall you remember also in Hindi, how will you do live translation of Hindi into English? So that becomes difficult. And वो ही ना, 1-2 दिन, वो बोलते हैं ना, वेव लेंथ मैच होने को कभी टाइम लगता है, तो ऐसा मेरे साथ भी हो सकता है आपका, कि 1 or 2 days here and there, but be patient before you form any opinion as such. Okay, right. So we're 35 days batch, as you know, yes, and we'll be covering the entire syllabus, the entire 20 chapters, and 21st chapter is on the case studies in the book. Okay, so first part of your syllabus, if you have a look at it, it is actually called as the engagement and quality control standards. What is it called as? Engagement and quality control standards. If you look at the title of chapter 1 in your books, this is the title, EQCS, Engagement and Quality Control Standards. Then, as a chartered accountant, as a practitioner, what are the types of engagements which you can perform? One, you can do an audit. Second, you can do a review. Third, other than audit and review, you can do some other assurance ka engagement. Audit and review is your main bread and butter. But other than audit review also, you can do some other assurance engagement. And other than assurance ka work, you can also do some related services. Like, sometimes your client may appoint you to prepare their financial statements. Generally, they prepare and they tell us to audit. But in some cases, they may tell you, okay, you only compile for us the financial statements. So that will come under related services. And then whatever be the engagement that you are performing, whether audit, whether review, whether assurance, or whether related services, there has to be quality in the services provided by the CA firm. You understand, no? Say you've set up your own practice and you're doing audits of listed companies, or if you're doing reviews of financial information, there should be quality in the work which is done by the firm. So for that we have the quality control standard. Audit, you have to do it in accordance with the standards on auditing. Review, you have to do it in accordance with the standards on review engagement. Assurance, other than audit and review, you have to do it in accordance with the standards on assurance engagement. And related services, like I told you, compilation, you have to do it in accordance with SRS, that is the standards on related services. And in addition to this, you have one SQC, that is standard on quality control. So in total, we have 46 engagement and quality control standards. So how many standards for CA final audit? We have 46. Out of that, 38 are standards on auditing. So the major chunk is standards on auditing. That is why we think it is all standards on auditing. It's like, Colgate and toothpaste, mineral water and Bisleri, that type. We end up saying essays only, standards on auditing, but actually the title is engagement and quality control standards. Out of that, one major type is essays, that is 38 essays, 2 standards on review engagement, 3 standards on assurance engagement, 2 standards on related services, and 1 quality control standard. Right, 1 quality control standard, right? So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 38 plus 8, so that comes to 46 engagement and quality control standards. Right, so first what we are going to study in the class is this 46 engagement and quality control standards. You understand what are the 46 standards that I am talking about? Does everybody understand what am I talking about? And 38 standards on auditing, 2 standards on review, 3 on assurance, 2 on related services, and 1 quality control standard. If I just want to briefly tell you which are the standards which are newly introduced and which are the standards which are revised, I'll just make a note of that over here. So the standards start with SA, no? So SE 260, that's the number, 260. It's under that group, communication with TCWG, in case if at IPCC you did not leave standards an option. You understand now? I always teach standards at CA final with a realistic assumption that at IPCC you would have left the standards an option. You understand, no? Certainly yes, I think. And even if you might have studied, you might have forgotten by now. IPCC audit matlab kya? Vouching verification. Preliminary expenses, how rental receipts, purchase, sales, return and all. And then hotel, hospital, educational institution, cinema hall, NGO, charitable institution. फिर उसके अलावा 1-2 इधर उधर का जो बहुत बार आया हुआ है एग्जाम में वो एक 4-5-10-12 क्वेश्चन कर लिया है ना. ऐसा जुगाड़ है ना, करके finished, you know. But that doesn't work. Okay, IPCC audit paper is so small, all direct questions, no case studies over there. And final audit, if you look at question number 1 only, it starts with 4 case studies over there. Understand? So one SE 260, ये एक पूरा सेट ही है, 260, 700, 701, 705, 706 and 570. These 6 standards have been revised and they are applicable with effect from 1st April 2017. Right, so these 6 standards, they have been revised, or okay, these have been revised, 260, 700, 705, 706 and 570, and 701 is a new standard which has been introduced. अगर आपने सुना होगा तो अभी तक ऑडिट रिपोर्ट में आपने एम्फेसिस ऑफ मैटर, अदर मैटर, ऐसा कुछ सुना होगा. अभी 701 को और एक मैटर याद आया, की ऑडिट मैटर. You understand? So 701 is regarding key audit matters. So that's a new standard. बाकी rest of these standards are revised. इसके अलावा जो standards revise हुए हैं, एक 610 using the work of internal auditors, 2400 engagements to review financial statements, historical financial statements, 4410 engagements to compile, यानी कि compilation engagements. Right, and then one more new standard which have been issued is 3420, which is regarding the pro forma financial information included in the prospectus. ज़्यादा कुछ समझ नहीं रहा होगा मैं क्या बोल रही हूँ उसमें से, but just as a glimpse, I'm giving you an idea. You understand? So these are again 3 standards which have been revised. You understand? And these 2 are new standards, 701, oh sorry. Right, एक तो ये 701 and दूसरा ये 3420. Okay, these are 2 new standards which have been issued, which are incorporated into the books, and the rest of these standards, they have been revised. Right, so 260, 700, 705, 706, 570, 610, 2400, 4410. Right, 2400 is SRE 2400, 4410 is SRS 4410. Right, so what we are going to study in the class are these 46 engagement and quality control standards. Then after that, as somebody said, you know, guilty of professional misconduct or not, so that's professional ethics. Right, in which again we have 34 clauses of ethics. Yes, so we have to study these 34 clauses of ethics, you know, wherein as a chartered accountant in practice, as a chartered accountant in service, what is allowed, what is not allowed, when are you guilty, when are you not guilty, that's given, you know, in the code of ethics over there. Iske baad you have CARO 2016. You understand, in which coincidentally there are 16 clauses. CARO 2016, and then there are 16 clauses over there. Right, so that's the next entry, you know, that's CARO 2016. Already November 16, they've asked one question on CARO, the new CARO. And a 4-mark question they've put in your paper. Right, so CARO 2016. Then I think those of you who are not doing dummy articleship would be knowing tax audit form 3CD. You understand now? How many clauses in form 3CD? 41 clauses over there. Right, so this is just a glimpse. Okay, one, we have 46 standards to be studied, then 34 clauses of ethics, then 16 clauses of CARO, then 41 clauses of Form 3CD. You know, that's the tax audit which we have. Okay, then other than engagement, quality control standards, ethics, CARO, then we have company audit. Okay, November 16 paper, they've asked some 16 marks or 20 marks of company audit in your paper. Company accounts and audit. They've put lot of questions from the Companies Act in the audit paper this time. Right, so you have company audit. Okay, so I just have an analysis of the past exam papers to be shown to you. You understand? These are the chapters as per our books. ये जो मैंने यहाँ लिखा है ना, engagement, are you able to see? Engagement and quality control standards, ethics, CARO, ये अपने book का sequence है. You know, of the chapters, okay? And if you look at this question number 1, which is on the standards, engagement and quality control standards. So 28 marks asked in November 16, then 32 marks in May 16, 44 marks, 30 marks, 53 marks. November 14 paper, if you see, you know, 85 marks has been asked from these 3 topics, standards, ethics and CARO. 85, मतलब लोग, बहुत सारे लोग तो 85 मार्क्स का पेपर अटेम्प्ट करते हैं. You understand now, has been asked from these three topics. But again, yeah, 28, 26, 32, 29, 33. This has been the lowest asked of standards. November 2011, only 11 marks asked on standards. You understand? Then after that, May 2011. Okay, so on an average, if I take off these first four chapters, है ना, EQCS, Ethics, Caro and Companies Act 2013, on an average 60 marks is asked from these three topics in the exam. Yeah, four topics in the exam. Which are the four topics I'm talking about? Standards, ethics, Caro and company accounts and audit. And then we have that question number, last chapter, which is on case studies. Okay, now this exam I told you, 16 marks they asked from company audit also. And then you have that case studies ka chapter. Now number 16 they did not ask anything, but 12 marks, 4, 6, 9, 13. Sometimes, ये question number 1 generally किस पे आता है? Auditing standards ना, question number 1 जो आता है, standards on auditing में आता है. November 16 में भी question number 1 which is compulsory, 20 marks has been asked from standards. In this attempt, you know what they did, which is this attempt, May 13, question number 1 which is compulsory, all 4 questions from accounting standards. So sometimes, it may happen that all 4 questions are coming from accounting standards, या 2 from accounting standards, 2 from essays. And right now, अगर आप trend देखने जाए, तो 4 questions are asked from the standards only. फिर ethics is a very consistent performer, है ना, 16 marks, except for November 14 where they asked 20 marks. है ना, question number 7 में short note भी आ गया था उसका, तो इसीलिए it became 20 marks. Otherwise, ethics is like 16 marks, very, very scoring part of CA final audit paper. Right, and the rest, abhi ye exam mein, if you know the chapters, these are the chapters, banks, insurance company, cooperative society. You understand, jaise IPCC mein you had hotel, hospital, educational institution, वैसे यहाँ पे you have bank, insurance, cooperative, NBFC, tax audit, special audit, PSU, CIS audit. So see, insurance company 8 marks. कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटीज 8 मार्क्स. स्टूडेंट्स का क्या होता है, बाय द टाइम दे फिनिश स्टैंडर्ड एथिक्स कारो पसीना छूट जाता है ना. बाय द टाइम यू कम टू दीज टॉपिक्स, यू स्टार्ट लर्निंग, इट्स ऑलरेडी द डे ऑफ द एग्जाम इज कमिंग क्लोजर, अकाउंट्स FM का ऑलरेडी वाट लगी हुई रहती है. सो यू आर नॉट एबल टू डू जस्टिस टू दीज टॉपिक्स. एंड देन सी ना, एंड एक्चुअली वेरी स्कोरिंग. मतलब अगर कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी का चैप्टर देखने जाए तो वो टोटल चैप्टर में 10-15 क्वेश्चंस होंगे. 10-15 से अगर एक भी क्वेश्चन आता है तो रेशियो एनालिसिस वेरी गुड ना, 1:15. स्टैंडर्ड्स का 46 स्टैंडर्ड्स, 40 स्टैंडर्ड्स लेने दो मुझे, 40. ऑन एन एवरेज हर एक स्टैंडर्ड में से 5 क्वेश्चन तो रहेंगे ऑन एन एवरेज. तो 40 into 5, 200. आउट ऑफ 200 दे विल आस्क एनी 4 क्वेश्चंस और एनी 5 क्वेश्चंस. और उसमें भी बोलने को ऐसा है कि स्टैंडर्ड का क्वेश्चन है, पर हर अटेम्प्ट में नए क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं. So that doesn't mean, what, there is nothing leaving anything, nor studying anything more. What you have to do is weighted average. You have to give equal importance. मतलब क्या है, जो स्टैंडर्ड्स की कमी रहती है वो रिमेनिंग सिलेबस मतलब क्या, स्टैंडर्ड्स, एथिक्स, कारो, कंपनी ऑडिट छोड़ के जो रिमेनिंग सिलेबस में नहीं जमता उतना तुम स्टैंडर्ड्स में लिख देते हो. ऐसा करके इट गेट्स बैलेंस्ड. अंडरस्टैंड, लुक एट द फॉर्मेट ऑफ द पेपर. You understand now, question number 1 छोड़ दो. Say let me come to question number 3, question number 4. I'm just creating on my own. Say question number 3A is on bank audit. Question number 3B is on Caro 2016. Question number 3C is on NBFC. And question number D is on company audit. Say all 4 marks question. Then here question number 4A is on insurance company audit. Say B is on SA. C is on, say, public sector undertakings. And say D is again on Caro. Now, what is the pattern of the paper if you know? Question number 1 is compulsory. Answer any 5 from the remaining 6 questions. उसमें भी क्या होता है? Question number 1 compulsory. फिर एक कोई तो question ethics का होता है. मैं ऐसे अंदाज से 2 नंबर ले रही हूँ. कोई तो एक होता है जो एथिक्स होता है, तो वो तो हम लोग पक्का अटेम्प्ट करते ही है. आउट ऑफ 10 पेपर्स 9 अटेम्प्ट्स में ऐसा हुआ है या 8 अटेम्प्ट्स में ऐसा हुआ है कि एथिक्स के जो 4 क्वेश्चन रहते हैं वो एक ही क्वेश्चन में आए हैं. पर 2 अटेम्प्ट में ऐसा भी हुआ है कि एथिक्स के जो 4 क्वेश्चन है वो डिवाइड हो गए पेपर में, स्कैटर हो गए। क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 में 2 एथिक्स का क्वेश्चन, क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 में 1 एथिक्स का क्वेश्चन और क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 में 1 एथिक्स का क्वेश्चन। तो हम लोग एथिक्स के भरोसे जाते हैं तो कभी कभी वो भी धोखा हो जाता है पेपर में। You understand now? तो से क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 इज ऑन एथिक्स, फिर क्वेश्चन नंबर 7 इज ऑन राइट शॉर्ट नोट्स ऑन। वहां पे एक इंटरनल ऑप्शन होता है ना, राइट शॉर्ट नोट्स ऑन एनी 4 आउट ऑफ 5। तो टोटल आपका पेपर 120 मार्क्स का होता है ना, क्योंकि 1 एक्स्ट्रा क्वेश्चन प्लस यहाँ पे एक इंटरनल ऑप्शन, राइट। तो 1 तो वी राइट ओनली, एथिक्स वी राइट ओनली, फिर 7 वी राइट ओनली। तो अभी बचा कौन सा है? 3, 4, 5, 6। आउट ऑफ दीज 4 यू हैव टू सिलेक्ट एनी 3, because generally short notes we write, ethics we write, question number 1 तो we have to write। तो 3, 4, 5, 6 में से we have to select delete any one। अब यहाँ पे look at the combination, you have done Caro very nicely, you know company audit very nicely, here also ऐसे का आंसर तुम्हें पता है, Caro का आंसर तुम्हें पता है, बैंक ऑडिट काला या गोरा आपने देखा भी नहीं। You understand now? NBFC also same condition, banking, non-banking, दोनों same condition. Okay, insurance companies again, you had done it ऊपर से, but that question you had not done. And public sector undertaking option. And now you say, पर ये 2 आंसर मुझे बहुत अच्छे से आते हैं, Caro and company audit का। What is the फायदा ना? Because the offer is buy 2 get 2 free. तुम्हें लगता है अरे यार ये 2 कारो, कंपनी ऑडिट, ऐसे कारो, ये 4 क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 में होने चाहिए थे, और वो बैंक, एनबीएफसी, इंश्योरेंस, पीएसयू, वो 4 क्वेश्चन नंबर 4 में होने चाहिए था। एनीवेज नोबडी हैज आस्क्ड अस कि यू नो कहाँ पे क्या होना चाहिए था, ये ऐसा है। नाउ यू हैव टू राइट इट। अभी हाँ ठीक है, आपको कारो आता है, से क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 के मैं बात कर रही हूँ, आपको कारो का आंसर आता है, आपको कंपनी ऑडिट का आंसर आता है। इसका मतलब ये थोड़ी यू आर गोइंग टू गेट 4 आउट ऑफ 4। थियरी पेपर ना यार, रियलिस्टिक बात करें तो 2, 2.5 आउट ऑफ 4। ज्यादा हवा में बात करके फायदा नहीं, थियरी पेपर है। मैं 3, 3.5 बोलूं तो भी ज्यादा लगेगा। रियलिस्टिक ना यार, हाउ मच? 2 आउट ऑफ 4 मुझे लगता है पकड़ना चाहिए। तो 2, 2.5, तो से यू गेट 4.5। 4.5 आउट ऑफ 16, बिकॉज बैंक एंड एनबीएफसी यू डोंट नो। सो 4 आउट ऑफ 16, तो ऑब्वियसली दिल्ली बहुत दूर है। You understand now? Your attitude towards the subject, you know, the way in which you study the subjects is half of the reason for the failure. जो खुद का दिमाग लगाते हैं, जो एनालिसिस करते हैं, that's one of the reason for failure. You study the entire syllabus, you do writing practice, you attend the class regularly. There is no chance that you would fail. There might be a risk that you may not get 60 plus. But पास होने का तो टेंशन ही नहीं होना चाहिए। मतलब वो उतना तो रिस्क कवर करना ही है अपने को। मतलब 40 प्लस 50 प्लस तो किधर भी नहीं। That much, you know, that level pe you have to study the subject. And for that your approach should not go wrong. You know, you finish, you couldn't look at the case studies, I didn't get time to look over there, I went, no, that should not. वो जो बोलते हैं ना, जो preparation है subject का, उसमें गड़बड़ हो गया, तो again in the exam there is problem over there. Right, so then, you know, that's the reason why on the very first day I tell you the importance of these other chapters also. And एक बार थोड़ा standards वगैरह किया तो you get a hang of what is audit. You understand now? Whatever you have studied in practical life, please leave it outside the classroom when you enter into the classroom. It is of no use over here. Understand? You writing on your own, nothing helps over here. यहाँ पे क्या है ना, you have to start your case studies का answer saying as per. कोई भी आता है ना क्वेश्चन स्टैंडर्ड्स का, कंपनीज एक्ट का, कारो का, टैक्स ऑडिट का, वो फर्स्ट 2 वर्ड्स क्या होता है पता है आंसर में? एज पर। दैट एज पर व्हाट, विच एसे, विच क्लॉज, वेयर, एटलीस्ट एज पर विच चैप्टर, इतना भी समझ गया तो बहुत काम हो गया। ना व्हेन यू अंडरस्टैंड लुकिंग, कह रही ये इंश्योरेंस कंपनी का क्वेश्चन दिख रहा है तो भी बहुत बड़ा काम हो गया। यू अंडरस्टैंड ना, क्योंकि क्वेश्चन पेपर में लिखा रहता है क्वेश्चन नंबर 7, राइट शॉर्ट नोट्स ऑन सॉल्वेंसी मार्जिन। Now, unless and until you've studied the chapter of insurance company, what you will know कि solvency margin is there in insurance company? यू अंडरस्टैंड ना? तो एटलीस्ट इतना देख के ध्यान में आ गया कि ये इस चैप्टर का, इस ऐसे का, ये टैक्स ऑडिट का दिख रहा है, ये कारो दिख रहा है, तो भी मतलब आपने बहुत अच्छा काम किया. You understand ना? You are on the right track in that case. Okay, right. I expect you to get a 200 pages notebook to the class, है ना? You need to buy a 200 pages notebook. You are supposed to write simultaneously as and when I write. Sometimes I generally, मतलब as and when I write, you may keep on writing. थोड़ा अगर writing नहीं भी हुआ तुम्हारा, मैंने जो लिखा है, तो it is okay. You understand that the importance is on what you say, understanding it, getting into your brains. And sometimes if you find कि नहीं यार ये तो मुझे मेरे बुक में चाहिए ही, so you can tell me, मैडम वो स्लाइड एक बार फिर से दिखाना, I will show it to you. You can write it down, or during the break I can put it over there and we can write. Right? So no negative thoughts, you know, कि I'm not able to write, I'm not able to. You speak out. You know, whatever problem you have, you speak out in the class. Okay, so 200 pages notebook, plus I expect a little bit of stationery with you, at least 2-3 color pens, red, green, blue, whichever colors you want, and 1 or 2 highlighters, and in addition to that, a few post-its. And that's like, it's not compulsory to get this, but it's in your own, what you say, hit. It's in your own benefit, you know, that you can get these few things to the class. तो कैसे है ना, notes वगैरह में जो post-its वगैरह है, तो immediately वहाँ पे you can put it, highlight कर दिया, तो ऐसा लगना चाहिए ना कि यार हाँ, somebody has studied from this book. You understand ना? Otherwise after your attempt, after you've cleared, you give the book to your friend. बोले तूने खोली क्या नहीं book? बोले अरे खोली थी मैंने. बोले कुछ लग नहीं रहा ऐसे तूने पढ़ाई की है ऐसा. है ना? So you should bring out your book, because only plain black and white मजा नहीं आता है. You understand? Na? So you get some colors, you know. So obviously we are not in an art and craft class. Our purpose is not to decorate the book. It's not a scrapbook. But then उसका importance आता है. मतलब वो मुझे I have told students always to do this. तो उनको याद आता है, हाँ वो मैंने बुक में वहाँ रेड कलर के पेन में लिखा था, वो मैंने वहाँ पे वो पोस्टिट लगाया था, वहाँ पे मैंने ऐसे लिखा था. When you are involved, when you do something on your own, you remember it more. So just listening उससे या ज़्यादा, and then उसका और एक बहुत बड़ा फायदा भी है, you will not sleep. When you are busy writing, when you are busy coloring, when you are busy highlighting, so there is no scope of sleeping in that case. Okay, right, so we'll start every day at 12:30, around 2:15 or so, 2:15 I'll give you the break, 10-15 minutes break, and then we will go up to 3:30, at least up to 3:30. So that would be the minimum time up to which we go. Okay, right, so any questions? Any questions which you have? I didn't give you a chance to speak only because I only had so much to tell you. But yes.
They told us that we will be getting the notes in the classroom.
Yes, yes. They might be still being in the printer or so. We just finalized them today morning. So they might be on their way. You've taken your admissions, no? Right, so you'll be getting them. I've told them the moment they come in the office, they'll get it in the class. Okay. Right, including the November 16 paper, you know, your book has been completely updated. So we just wait for a few amendments which may come in the RTP or so. But obviously just for 5% we can't delay 95% of our study. But anyways, जो cost audit में change हुआ है, company's amendment bill 2016 is there, all that has been already incorporated, all these standards as I told you, all the new standards have been put, revised standards have been put. So वो ये, I keep a margin of 5%, otherwise 95% it has all been updated. Okay, so actually we are yet to go for the formal printing, you know, of the 19th edition. So right now, it's like just as the classes begin, we'll be giving you the spiral binding, which is actually better because of the size of the book. Around 650 pages book. Okay. So that's okay. You understand? Now how many books you fill for FM and FR and SFM and all, you know? So I think 5-6 तो notebooks ही हो जाते होंगे ना? And then you have practice booklet and वो, and इतना करने के बाद भी बाहर से question आता है. So it's not an easy job now to become a chartered accountant, I agree. I have observed that, you know. I have been teaching this subject since September 2009. I cleared and I wrote my attempt in November 2008. Then I finished my articleship in July 2009, and since September I have teaching. So I think I assume I have seen more attempts than you guys have seen. I've seen more suggested, more RTPs than you guys have seen. Am I right? Have I seen more? I've seen my attempt ka, November 2008. Thankfully, I had to see only one to study for myself. And then after that, I've been teaching every time the paper comes. The day the audit ka paper is there, your heartbeat goes up, but before yours, mine goes up. I am so worried, what questions have been asked, what students might have written over there. So I'm like more eager to see the question paper, कि क्या आया था paper में. Okay. Yes? You should go through it. But पढ़ना ज़रूरी नहीं है. मतलब अभी आपने इसमें से 4-5 चैप्टर कर लिए, तो वो 4-5 चैप्टर 1-2 घंटा टाइम निकाल के उसमें से गो थ्रू करना है. और क्या होगा जब आप प्रैक्टिस मैनुअल देखोगे तो आपको ध्यान में आएगा कि अरे ये तो बुक में अपन ने देखा हुआ है, अरे ये तो बुक में हमने किया हुआ है. But then I will say that it's not that you have to ignore it completely, but it's not that you have to study from it. You have to go through it. तो प्रैक्टिस मैनुअल क्या है ना, यू गेट टू सी इट फ्रॉम अ डिफरेंट बुक, तो इट्स ऑलवेज बेटर थोड़ा 1-2 जगह से देखा तो. बट इफ यू लुक एट द बुक, ऑल दी RTPs, मतलब क्वेश्चन कितने बार इट हैज कम इन दी RTP, सजेस्टेड विद द मार्क्स, एवरीथिंग हैज बीन गिवन इन दिस बुक, एटलीस्ट फॉर द लास्ट 10 attempts. We have like old questions like since 93 also in this book, 1993 का questions, May 2000 का question, November 2000 का question. So all the changes which have come in the module incorporated. Like this book 3 times before the exam is what is at least you should do for the subject. And then if you go through, you may go through practice manual and one more thing, that is RTP May 17. That's it. Rest, nothing is required. And वो तो मैं आपको बहुत सारा brain washing, how to study this subject, what practice you have to do, what should be your approach, वो तो I can't stop myself from telling you all those things. So I will be telling you all that. Yes, anything else? If you want, I will. I have no problem. But what I have seen is a very poor response to the tests. And earlier, when I used to started teaching IPCC audit also, for them though I used to take surprise test. मतलब ऐसे ही I am teaching in the class and then I used to tell them कि अभी book बंद करो, अभी आपको test लिखना है. But फिर मैंने बंद कर दिया क्योंकि the results are so surprising you start feeling bad. So then I start taking, what do you say, pre-informed tests, okay, tomorrow is your test, chapter 1.
The students are really surprised by the surprise.
And I am surprised by looking at the answer sheet. Okay, this is not what I have taught you in the class. What are you writing? But then we can take a test. We catch so much of speed in the class, we are so busy studying the standards, ethics, Karo, we are very much preoccupied because itna sara volume of studies which we have. Okay, right, so anything else? When is your attempt? November 2017 is your first and last attempt, right? Okay. May 17, no problem.
Is it not very early? Because my attempt is in November 17. So class.
Rather, I can say it is late.
Okay.
I would say that. Had I been at your place, I would have done the class at the earliest possible. Once you clear your IPCC, the day you get your result, that's the right time to start with CA final classes, for any subject for that matter. You can't wait, yaar. Now it is November 2016. No, by the time you finish your classes, November, Jan and so, December, all other classes, then that much time you get for self-study. So, no ways. मतलब मेरा तो attempt November 2008 में था. मैंने August 2006, जैसे ही IPCC का result आ गया, I started with accounts, FR, FR, SFM batch immediately of final. In 2006. So when, like that time also our faculties used to ask us, when is your attempt? So my hand used to be never up. Because 2006 I was doing class and my attempt was in 2008. बट यू नो फिर वो जब स्टडी का जो लीव मिलता है फिर उसमें क्लास का जनरली रखने का नहीं, आने जाने का, गिवन एन ऑप्शन, फिर वो क्लास जाने के पहले आधा घंटा, बाद में आधा घंटा, तो उससे अच्छा वो 4.5 मंथ की जो पढ़ाई होती है ना, दैट टाइम जितना हो सके यू शुड नॉट कीप एनी क्लासेस। तो जितना अभी कर सकते हो, अभी भले दिन में 14 घंटे क्लास करना पड़े तो यू नो ऐसा डोंट पैम्पर योर सेल्फ बाय सेइंग कि नहीं इतना क्लासेस एक साथ किया तो हाउ विल आई रिमेंबर, ओ कुछ नहीं होता है, कुछ नहीं होता है तुम लोगों को, इट्स नथिंग हैपेंस टू यू, यू डोंट पैम्पर योर सेल्फ। मॉर्निंग 6:30 टू रात को 9:30 को क्लास किया, नथिंग विल हैपन टू यू, यू विल बिकम अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट अर्ली, दैट्स द ओनली थिंग विच विल हैपन। बच्चे बोल मैडम एक दिन में इतना क्लास किया फिर समझेगा कैसे, तुमको ऐसे भी अलग अलग करके थोड़ी ज़्यादा थोड़ी समझने वाला है, जिसका जितना कैपेसिटी उतना ही समझने वाला है। तो ये तो सब बहाने हैं, मतलब यू नो इट्स ऑल बहानेबाजी। तो फिर वो भी एक होता है ना, एक ग्रुप लिखे या 2 ग्रुप लिखे, दोनों ग्रुप लिखना, 3 ग्रुप रहे तो तीनों लिख देने का, दैट्स ऑलवेज बेटर। यू नो वो सीजन होता है, like if your attempt is in May 17 na, when you start in Jan, that time nahi I'm going to write both groups, that time that's the spirit. Then same person if you meet in March, February end or March, no I'm focusing more on group 1, group 2 I'm just going to come and sit and come. Then if you meet that same person by April, no I've decided now not to write group 2, I'm going to focus only on group 1. Then end of April, ग्रुप 1 का भी नहीं हुआ रे अभी तक। मतलब ये मेरे फिक्स्ड पैटर्न है जो मैंने देखा है, ये फिक्स्ड पैटर्न है, दैट इज वो बोलते हैं ना लाइफ साइकिल, द स्टेजेस, दीज आर द स्टेजेस विच दे गो। तो ऐसा होता है ना, ऐसा होता है ना। फॉर्म भरते वक्त भी फिर बोलते नहीं भरा तो है मैंने दोनों ग्रुप का फॉर्म, ऐसा दिल से है मेरा, लॉ में तो एग्जाम्शन है तो मुझे 3 ही सब्जेक्ट करना है, फिर ग्रुप 2 का क्लास मेरा अभी हुआ है, स्टोरी यार यू किधर टाइम किधर है, पढ़ाई बस 14 आवर्स ऑफ स्टडी एवरी डे मिनिमम पर डे, हाँ नॉट पर वीक। है ना, ठीक है, यस। तो व्हाट एल्स, सो यू आर नॉट एट ऑल अर्ली, if you are late, okay, for doing the class. Yes, anything else? Okay, right, so with that let's start with the first standard, that's SA 200, right, SA 200, which is on the, what is the title of what is SA? Standard on auditing. Yes, overall objectives of the independent auditor and the conduct of an audit in accordance with the standards on auditing. Overall objectives of the independent auditor and the conduct of an audit in accordance with the standards on auditing. Yes, overall objectives of the independent auditor and the conduct of an audit in accordance with the standards on auditing. Poor in Hindi. What is your paper? Which medium have you selected? English, no? So good. So if I speak in Hindi in the class, that will be a problem. Concept wise. I'll repeat in English. Examples, explanation. Yes, to the extent, as I said in the beginning, I use more of English in the class. Little bit, some extent while explanation, I use Hindi. So rather it's an advantage for you. Along with audit, you'll also learn Hindi. So 2 subject ka class for you in one. Okay, no, but then any point you don't understand anything, you can tell me, madam, please repeat in English. So you please ask. मतलब, I can take care to the extent possible, but you ask ना यार, it's your responsibility. Understand ना कि पूछ लो, नहीं यार ध्यान में आया है तो ask again. So that will not be a problem. Right, yes. I thought you are asking me, madam, ये standards का number और नाम याद रखना है क्या? I thought that's the question I expected from you. Okay, is it essential to remember the numbers and names of these standards? Certainly yes. And certainly yes, because that as per. What do you all write? You understand? As per the relevant provisions of the Companies Act. Thoko. Not allowed. Not allowed. If you want to fail, you write that. You understand? See, if you look at your number 16 paper. Okay. And you don't, I assume you've not studied or audit before, so I'll just tell you essay on my own. Candidates and then all this story they have written. And Ram, an auditor, identified some events that cast significant doubt on the entity's ability to continue as a going concern. What are the additional procedures he should perform? So that's the question from as per essay 570, which is regarding going concern. So first question was from essay 570. Then after that, expert, factors affecting the agreement between the detailed and written agreement between the auditor and the auditor's expert. State the factors. So that was as per essay 620. Then after that, high estimation uncertainty. Give the examples of accounting estimates that may have a high estimation uncertainty. So that was essay 540. And then after that, inquiries of management regarding fraud. So that was essay 240. You understand? That's just an example of your latest paper, number 16 paper. So this you have to know ना 570, 620, 540, 240. फिर वही ना बहुत फायदा है पता है क्या जब when you identify कि ये कौन से ऐसे का question है कौन से chapter का question है तो whatever you write it at least near about it's at least around regarding what is asked. And it's if you start before, if your attempt is in May 17 also. So if you start right now, say today is just the second week of November, how many standards? 46 standards, no. So 5 standards per day. If you start remembering the numbers, so 9 days, you'll be done with all the 46 titles. It's just that you have to take charge. That what do you say? Discipline has to be there. वो शिस्त जो बोलता है ना मराठी में, that discipline, that perseverance, that consistency, that's what you say. Organized study has to be there. Okay, every day I have to remember the title of 5. I have to remember the title of 5. And rather than grumbling for next 6 months कि I don't know the titles, I don't know the clauses, एक बार करके खत्म कर देने का. You understand, no? Rather than every day somebody is telling you, cut your nails, they've grown very big, they've grown very... Cut karo, khatam karo, baat khatam. Sometimes when your nails are grown, somebody in the family tells you, cut them. Listening to the same thing every day, kach, finish. So you remember, क्योंकि क्या होगा ना, overload. I'm not going to wait for you. गाड़ी तो अगले junction पे चली जाएगी. 12-13 days, I will finish the standards. Next 5 days, I'll finish ethics ka 34 clauses. Next 1 or 2 days, I'll finish Caro. I'll start with bank, insurance, cooperative, NBFC. देखते देखते पता भी नहीं चलेगा कि 15-16 December and the batch is over. So you remember the titles of these standards. Okay, overall objectives of the independent auditor and the conduct of an audit in accordance with the standards on auditing. So who has to follow these standards? The auditor. And the chartered accountant who is going to do the audit. You might be knowing the audit report of company, no? You understand? Here there is the signature, no? And here the partner of the firm he is going to sign the audit report. So whosoever is that firm, say for ABC and company, for PwC and company, they have to sign the audit report. You understand? So what is the objective of this audit? What is it that the auditor has to do and how he has to do? So it says he has to do the audit in accordance with the standards on auditing. So overall objectives of the independent auditor and the conduct of an audit in accordance with the standards on auditing. Right, so it is 200. कि ऐसा कहाँ where is it so said कि an auditor should do the audit as per the standards? Why can't I do this audit, do the audit just as I think? या मुझे जैसा लगता है? No, it is given in SA 200 कि auditor, you have to do the audit in accordance with the standards. I didn't do the audit in accordance with the standards. Can any legal action be taken against me?
There are guidelines not necessarily for.
I didn't follow engagement letter ka format given in the standards. I didn't follow audit report ka format. I didn't do the audit as per the standards. Any legal action can be taken against me?
Ethical actions can be taken.
In ethics, in the Chartered Accountants Act, you will be guilty of professional misconduct. Or in ethics, मैंने बताया ना 34 clauses are there in ethics. Out of that, one clause is there regarding audit not done as per the standards. And then now something which makes me very happy, section 143, subsection 9 and 10 of the Companies Act 2013. Section 143 of the Companies Act 2013 is regarding the duties and rights of the company auditor. In that 143(9) is the duty of the auditor to comply with the auditing standards. So abhi tak Companies Act had only given, 1956 Act had only given importance to accounting standards. I as an audit teacher used to feel very bad. Accounting standards को value है, मेरे standards की value नहीं है. You don't know what is the pain. You understand? So Companies Act 2013 का draft आया, I was like, yes, मेरे standards भी आ गए Companies Act में. Duty to comply with the auditing standards. Which auditing standards? Those which will be issued by the central government in consultation with the NFRA, National Financial Reporting Authority. Until the time such standards are issued, these standards on auditing issued by ICAI, and it's always going to be the same for a long time. Okay, right. Then after that, audit report अगर आपको पता होगा, उसमें भी एक sentence लिखना पड़ता है. We have ऑडिट ऑफिस में कॉल कंपेयर किया होगा ना, कॉल कंपेयर आर्टिकलशिप के फर्स्ट वीक में वही काम करने लगाते हैं. किया है कॉल कंपेयर? ओके, डमी आर्टिकल्स वोंट अंडरस्टैंड एनीथिंग. कॉल कंपेयर 2 सेट होते हैं फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स के, वन रीड्स आउट, अदर चेक्स, फिर पीछे स्टैंप लगाते हैं कॉल किसने किया, कंपेयर किसने किया. तो वो जब कॉल कंपेयर करता है ऑडिट रिपोर्ट है ना, तो उसमें सेंटेंस पढ़ने को मिलता है, वी हैव कंडक्टेड our audit in accordance with the standards on auditing. ऐसा पहले लिखते थे, issued by the ICAI. अब क्या लिखते हैं? We have conducted our audit in accordance with the standards on auditing specified under section 143(9) and 10 of the Companies Act 2013. 143(10) to be more precise. So there is certainly a legal backing. And standards are mandatory in nature. On the other hand, guidance notes are recommendatory in nature. So these are not guidelines. These are mandatory for the auditor to follow. These standards on auditing. Right. The example which we will take in the class, the name of our client which we will use for the entire batch is Jio Limited. You understand? Okay, we are going to do the audit of Jio Limited. And the name of our CA firm is Dynamic and Company. You understand? So Jio Limited for the rest of our class is going to be our client, and Dynamic and Company is going to be the auditor. It is going to be the CA firm who is doing the audit. Right? So Jio Limited and Dynamic and Company. Right. So now, what is the overall objective of the independent auditor? The shareholders of Jio Limited at the AGM have passed a resolution. It is hereby resolved that Dynamic and Company have been appointed as the auditors of the company, and they shall hold office from the conclusion of this AGM till the conclusion of the 6th AGM. You understand? So that resolution has been passed and you know now that you are the auditors of Jio Limited, Dynamic and Company. तो now the question is कि audit में करना क्या होता है? क्या audit मतलब क्या? अपना objective क्या है audit का? So that is given in essay 200. What is the overall objective of the independent auditor? To obtain, प्राप्त करना, to obtain a reasonable assurance. To obtain a reasonable assurance that financial statements are free from material misstatements. To obtain reasonable assurance that financial statements are free from material misstatements, thereby enabling the auditor to express an opinion whether or not the financial statements have been prepared by the management in accordance with an applicable financial reporting framework. And then to report what? The findings of the auditor. How to report the findings of the auditor? In accordance with the standards on auditing. This is the overall objective of the independent auditor as given by essay 200. To obtain reasonable assurance. What type of an assurance? Reasonable assurance. That financial statements are free from material misstatements. ये जो आपको बैलेंस शीट, प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस, कैश फ्लो नोट्स जो ऑडिट करने को दिए हुए हैं, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट अ स्टैट्यूटरी ऑडिट, अ फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट ऑडिट ओवर हियर. So these financial statements which have been given to you for audit, these are free from material misstatement. Once you get that assurance, thereby to express an opinion whether they have been prepared in accordance with an applicable financial reporting framework. And then once you give your report for your findings in accordance with the essays. So now we have to understand three terms. What is reasonable assurance? What is free from material misstatement? And what is this applicable financial reporting framework? Right, so first term which I'll pick up is AFRF. What is AFRF? Applicable Financial Reporting Framework. What do you mean by financial reporting? Applicable Financial Reporting Framework. What is financial reporting? Financial reporting? CA final group 1 accounts. FR ना यार. Financial reporting. So it's accounts ना, पहले accounts बोलते थे ना इसको. So rather than saying applicable financial reporting framework, can I call it as the applicable accounting framework? What do you mean by applicable accounting framework? What is applicable accounting framework? Do you know active voice and passive voice? Kartari, karmani. Do you know how to convert active voice to passive voice? Can you convert applicable accounting framework to passive voice? Framework to be applied while doing accounting. What is applicable accounting framework? The framework to be applied while doing accounting. Matlab the framework, the laws and regulations which are to be followed by the management in the preparation of the financial statements. है ना कि ये फ्रेमवर्क, ये लॉ रेगुलेशन ध्यान में रखते हुए आप मैनेजमेंट आपके फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स प्रिपेयर करो, है ना? Keeping these laws, regulations in mind, you prepare your financial statements. Can you give me an example of an AFRF for an Indian company? Can Indian company, normal other than electricity, insurance, banking? Okay, these are the laws and regulations. This is the AFRF which you have to follow while preparing the financial statements.
Schedule 3 of the company. The framework was Schedule 3 of the company.
Yes, so one very important, Schedule 3 to the Companies Act 2013 and accounting standards, Ind AS, IFRS, whatever is applicable. Right, so this is an example of an AFRF, Accounting Standard Schedule 3. So if it is a German company, then German GAAP, जो भी Germany का GAAP है, US company, तो US GAAP. That is the framework which is applicable to them when they have to do the accounting. You understand now? Do you know a few terms related to cricket? Can you tell me a few terms? LBW, wide, no ball, free hit, acha. 4-6 run out, boundary, hat trick, maiden, golden duck,
Onside and offside.
onside, offside, power play, third umpire, है ना, square cut, है ना? So those, see, if you don't know these terms, if any person doesn't know this term, will that person understand cricket? Say I don't know 4-6, over, hat trick, maiden over, I don't know any of these. Will I understand or enjoy cricket? I will not. Similarly for audit, right now I am teaching you the terms of audit. You have to know AFRF, applicable financial reporting framework. It's like, you know, just as cricket has some terminology, audit also has some terminology. And then that terminology will start coming in your case studies, in your answers, in your sentences, once you know it. So 200 में तो क्या है, maximum ये standard ही हम इसलिए करते हैं कि we get familiar to the terms which are used in audit. Right, so what is it? Applicable financial reporting framework means the applicable accounting framework. मतलब the framework to be applied by the management in the preparation of financial statements. Example for an Indian company, the AFRF would be accounting standards or Ind AS, whatever it is, and Schedule 3 to the Companies Act 2013. Right, so that is what AFRF. Then free from material misstatement. Now let me pick up the next term. Free from material misstatement. Let us start reverse. First tell me, what do you mean by a misstatement? Madam, misstatement. Anything wrong in financial reporting? Why you are saying it's wrong?
Either wrong, error or...
Okay. Misstatement could be due to error, it could be due to fraud, it could be intentional, it could be unintentional. Taken. But why you are saying it's wrong?
It is not according to FIR.
It is not in accordance with AFRF, it is misleading, okay? So can you give me an example of what you just said? It's wrong. You're saying it's not in accordance with AFRF, it's wrong. Can you give me an example?
You prepared your FIR financial reporting not as per going concern basis.
Okay, you've not prepared as per going concern. You should have, rather you have prepared as per going concern, you should not have prepared as, generally that's the
You are
case.
reporting any income on recent basis, not on accrual basis.
Okay, so that is again a misstatement. You're doing wrong accounting. You understand now? Say valuation of inventory, say Tata Motors, hai na? So valuation of inventory done by the client is 120 crore. What is this? What is? What is valuation of inventory done by the client is 120 crore. As an auditor, you do the checking. हम जब audit पे जाते हैं तो we do the checking. Obviously, we will check whether inventory valuation has been done as per AS2. है ना? FIFO or weighted average method, whether it has been done as per AS2. What we observed कि as per AS2, had they valued their inventory, it should have been 100 crore. That is what should be. What is 120 crore? What should be 100 crore. The difference between the two, 20 crore, is a misstatement. Wrong, no? You understand? So what's the definition of a misstatement? It says difference between what is and what should be. What you said, okay, what is cash system? What should be accrual system? The difference between the two, misstatement. What is capital expenditure? What should be revenue expenditure? Wonderful. The difference between the two, misstatement. What is AS not followed? What should be AS should have been followed? Difference between the two, misstatement. What is Schedule 3 not followed? What should be Schedule 3 should have been followed? Difference between the two, misstatement. And obviously misstatement could be due to error, it could be due to fraud, it could be unintentional, or it could be intentional. Right, then what's a material misstatement?
Which affect the financial reporting, mislead the financial.
Which might influence the decision making of the users, and materiality. So say Jio Limited, when we are doing the audit, we have taken materiality to be 50 crore. Example I am taking कि हमने audit पे materiality कितना लिया है 50 crore. अभी misstatement कितने का है 20 crore. तो ignore, it's not a material misstatement, it's only a misstatement. See, on the other hand, had materiality been 10 crore, then 20 crore would have become a material misstatement. So what is material misstatement? Material difference between what is and what should be. If it exceeds the amount of materiality, it is material. If it below the amount of materiality, it is not a material misstatement. है ना? तो material misstatement, समझता है? Material misstatement, ये misstatement is another very important term. Material misstatement. और अब क्या है third word? Free from material misstatement. मतलब क्या? ये जो Jio Limited के financial statements है, these are free from material misstatement. मतलब क्या?
There is no.
Exactly. There is no material difference between what is and what should be. Yet, you might have heard, I think since your childhood, the term true and fair. Childhood matlab CPT childhood, IPCC and all. True and fair, true and fair. You understand now? Now, as an auditor, can you express an opinion saying that financial statements are true and fair if there are material misstatements in those financial statements? Can you express an opinion saying कि ये financial statements true and fair है if there are lots of frauds and errors in this financial statement? Material misstatement मतलब क्या fraud या error? तो अगर ये फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स में बहुत सारा फ्रॉड है, बहुत सारा एरर है, ऐसे फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स के लिए कैन यू एक्सप्रेस एन ओपिनियन सेइंग ट्रू एंड फेयर? नो. सो ऑब्वियसली टू एक्सप्रेस एन ओपिनियन ट्रू एंड फेयर द फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट शुड बी free from material misstatement. There should be no material difference between what is and what should be. And regarding this, कि मैडम मैं आपको भरोसा देती हूँ कि ये फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स में मटेरियल मिसस्टेटमेंट नहीं है. कितना भरोसा दे सकते हैं आप? रीजनेबल अश्योरेंस, नॉट एब्सोल्यूट अश्योरेंस. To what level you can give an assurance? Madam, I am telling you there is no material misstatement in this financial statement. To what level you can give me this assurance? You can only give me a reasonable assurance. And reasonable assurance has been defined to be a high level of assurance. Reasonable assurance is a high level of assurance, but not an absolute assurance. You understand? It's like you're saying 95% they are free, but 100% I cannot tell. Why you cannot tell 100%?
Limitations of audit.
Due to the inherent limitations of an audit. Due to the inherent limitations of an audit. The most important one being that evidence obtained by the auditor is persuasive evidence and not conclusive evidence. You remember persuasive, conclusive? persuasive, which is most likely to be true than not, and conclusive, only that is true, and any other possibility is ruled out. फर्क देखो वर्डिंग में, यहाँ पे क्या बोलते हैं? Most likely to be true, persuasive, most likely to be true, और यहाँ पे क्या बोलते हैं? Conclusive, only that is true. सीधा हिसाब है, अगर हमें कंक्लूसिव एविडेंस मिलता तो हम एब्सोल्यूट अश्योरेंस दे देते थे, पर क्योंकि हमें परसुएसिव एविडेंस मिल रहा है, इसीलिए वी आर गिविंग ओनली अ रीजनेबल अश्योरेंस. See, had we got conclusive evidence, we had given absolute assurance, we would have said true and correct. पहले जमाने में ऐसा होता था ना, true and correct, फिर उसके बाद it was replaced by true and fair. You understand? Because one more thing which you might be remembering, that detection of frauds and errors is not the primary objective of the audit. It is the incidental and secondary, but by no means an insignificant audit objective, detection of frauds and errors. And that is why we give only a reasonable assurance, which is high level. 99% I can tell you, but 100% I cannot. Why I cannot? Due to the inherent limitations of an audit, the most important one being that evidence obtained is persuasive rather than conclusive in nature. Prima facie evidence. No? We are not an expert into authentication of documents. As an auditor, we do not have the power of search, which is there with the inspector. So we don't get conclusive evidence. In investigation, we look out for conclusive evidence. In an audit, we get only persuasive evidence. So let's now have a look at the overall objective. To obtain. What? To obtain, मतलब ये आपको प्राप्त करना है. कितना भरोसा? Reasonable assurance. जैसे मैंने आपको आज बिगनिंग में बताया ना कि इतना तो गारंटी होना ही चाहिए आपके पढ़ाई के बाद, तो 40-50 तो किधर भी नहीं ऑडिट में. You understand ना? That's मैंने बताया 60 के लिए maybe you'll have to work, but 40-50 का तो assurance आना ही चाहिए. So to obtain a reasonable assurance, मतलब what? Management has prepared this financial statements and they have given you for audit. तो अभी आपको इस पे क्या करना है? You have to obtain a reasonable assurance that these financial statements are free from material misstatements. एक बार ये भरोसा मिल गया कि इसमें कोई material fraud error नहीं है, thereby enabling the auditor to express an opinion. What? Whether or not these financial statements have been prepared by the management in accordance with an applicable financial reporting framework. You understand AFRF also now, no? And then to report what? The findings of the auditor in accordance with the standards. Because audit report ke bhi standards hai. Okay. Now one more thing. You understand? Generally what we've studied, I told you, na, the term which auditor uses to express an opinion is true and fair. You understand? So now if I take a round around the Companies Act 2013, you understand? Rather, just a minute. You understand? अभी मैंने कंपनीज एक्ट में क्या कंट्रोल एफ किया है? ट्रू एंड फेयर. दिख रहा है यहाँ सबको? F कंट्रोल एफ ट्रू एंड फेयर. ओके, सो नाउ देखते हैं कि कंपनीज एक्ट में वेयर डू यू गेट टू यूज सी द फ्रेज ट्रू एंड फेयर. सो वन इफ आई कम टू सेक्शन 128, है ना, सेक्शन 128 ऑफ द कंपनीज एक्ट विच इज रिगार्डिंग बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट. इज एवरीबडी एबल टू सी? है ना? Every company shall prepare and keep at its registered office books of account and other relevant books in paper and financial statements for every year which give a true and fair view. So which books company have to keep? Which give a true and fair view. Every company shall prepare and keep. So whose responsibility? Company's responsibility. तो एक यहाँ पे देखने मिलता है. फिर उसके बाद 129 फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट. पहला सेक्शन कौन सा देखा? 128, which said that company should keep such books of account which give a true and fair view. Ab 129, which is regarding the financial statements. The financial statements shall give a true and fair view of the state of affairs, yani ke balance sheet, yes, of the company or companies, comply with the accounting standards notified under 133 and in the form prescribed in Schedule 3. मतलब यहाँ पे क्या बोला है 129 में कि फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स ऑफ अ कंपनी शैल गिव अ ट्रू एंड फेयर व्यू इफ दे आर इन कंप्लायंस विद अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स स्पेसिफाइड अंडर सेक्शन 133 एंड शेड्यूल 3 एक्सेप्ट फॉर कंपनीज टू विच शेड्यूल 3 इज नॉट एप्लीकेबल, है ना. सो दैट इज 129 के फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स को ट्रू एंड फेयर कब बोल सकते हैं, when they are in compliance with accounting standards and schedule 3. Right, and then these are the companies, है ना, इंश्योरेंस कंपनी, बैंकिंग कंपनी, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, इनके लिए रिस्पेक्टिव लॉ में शेड्यूल 3 नहीं एप्लीकेबल है ना इनको. राइट, फिर उसके बाद इफ यू कम टू 134 सबसेक्शन 5 द डायरेक्टर्स रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी स्टेटमेंट, DRS. यू अंडरस्टैंड. नेक्स्ट क्या है 134 सबसेक्शन 5 DRS, डायरेक्टर्स रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी स्टेटमेंट. वहां पे जो बी पॉइंट है वहां पे क्या लिखा है, what is written over there, that the directors of the company shall select such accounting policies. The directors had selected such accounting policies and applied them consistently and made judgments and estimates that are reasonable and prudent so that they give a true and fair view. So what does it say? The directors of the company have to select such accounting policies and apply them consistently and make such accounting estimates. Estimates matlab kya? Provisions. So that the financial statements give a true and fair view. Do you understand? So that's again director's responsibility statement. Then after that, now if I come to section 143 of the Companies Act 2013, next control F mein aage I went, 143 subsection 2. Now where am I? 143 subsection 2. Duties, अभी बताया था ना मैंने 143 is regarding the powers and rights of the company auditor. So 143, what does it say? Again, if they are in compliance with accounting standards in schedule 3, then give a true and fair view of the state of company's affairs. The auditor has to give a report. कि whether the company's accounts are, auditor has to issue a report कि whether company's accounts give a true and fair view. It's the duty of the auditor कि auditor you have to report on true and fair view. बस कंपनीज एक्ट में मे बी वन मोर प्लेस फिर ट्रू एंड फेयर खत्म हो गया. ये 247 वैल्यूएशन ऑफ रजिस्टर्ड, बट दैट्स नॉट रेलिवेंट. वो अपना फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट का ट्रू एंड फेयर नहीं है, खत्म हो गया. दैट्स ऑल. मतलब कंपनीज एक्ट में राउंड मारा ना अभी हमने, कंपनीज एक्ट में एक राउंड लगा के आए कि ट्रू एंड फेयर कहाँ मिलता है, ये 4 प्लेसेस पे मिलता है. तो 129 says कि financial statements will give a true and fair view if they are in compliance with accounting standard schedule 3. 143(2) says कि auditor you have to report on the true and fair view. So doing a combined reading of 129 and 143(2), can anybody give me the inference?
The auditor has to check out whether the financial statements are prepared in accordance with schedule 3 and accounting.
Auditor को क्या बोला है? You have to report on true and fair view. 129 क्या बोलता है कि true and fair कब कहाँ जाएगा? When they are in compliance with accounting standard schedule 3. मतलब indirectly auditor, when you have to report on true and fair view, you have to check whether financial statements are in compliance with accounting standards and schedule 3. कोई जबरदस्ती नहीं है कि you have to understand. If you've really understood, only then said that you've understood. Have you really understood? 129 के पे क्या बोला है? क्या what is said in 129? Financial statements will give a true and fair view if they are in compliance with accounting standards in schedule 3. 143(2) says auditors your duty to report on true and fair view of the state of affairs. So indirectly what I understand, if as an auditor I have to report on the true and fair view, I need to check whether financial statements are in compliance with accounting standards and schedule 3. So that's what is given over here, na, to express an opinion. Whether financial statements have been prepared in accordance with the AFRF, applicable financial reporting framework. And if it is accounting standard schedule 3, then I can express an opinion saying true and fair view. And then to report the findings of the auditor in accordance with the standards on auditing. And this is the overall objective of the independent auditor. To obtain a reasonable assurance that financial statements are free from material misstatements, whether due to fraud or error. Misstatement includes both, fraud also, error also. Thereby enabling the auditor to express an opinion whether or not the financial statements have been prepared by the management. Obviously, whose responsibility? Preparation of financial statements, management, in accordance with an applicable financial reporting framework, and then to report what? The findings of the auditor in accordance with the standards on auditing. Right, okay, so now once that we have understood the overall objective of the independent auditor, once that we have understood the overall objective of the independent auditor, let's check what are the other requirements of SA 200. SA 200 says, auditor wait. Don't immediately say, I have understood, I will start doing the audit. It says you have to comply with certain ethical requirements, including independence. You will have to comply with certain ethical requirements, including independence. पता है क्या, जैसे अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स है, ऑडिटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स है, वैसे एथिकल स्टैंडर्ड्स भी है. You have to comply with certain ethical standards, some fundamental principles. One, it says integrity. Straightforward, honest and sincere. These are the qualities which should be there in a professional accountant. Straightforward, honest and sincere. Jalebi ki tarah seedha nahi. You understand? Na? Straightforward, honest and sincere. A person who's one in thought, word and action. Then objectivity, यानी कि no subjectivity, no conflict, no partiality, no getting influence, no overriding your decision. Auditor has found out a 20 crore का fraud in the company. Management is telling, बस क्या auditor, इतना ही. So he says, ठीक है, I'll not report. No. Then you are being subjective. Rather than being subjective, you should be objective. So objectivity. Then professional competence and due care. Professional competence and due care. You understand, no? Today at the beginning of the class I told you, a few standards have been revised, few new have been issued, companies amendment bill, cost audit mein change aaya hai. You understand, no? Or say any one of you would have asked me, okay, madam, what are the changes which are there for May 17? Is everything new in the book there? I'll say, no, I don't know anything. I will teach what I used to teach in September 2009. Same thing I'm teaching till today. There's no change which I've got. I'm certain no student would have joined my class. And see, when I did my CA, that time it was Companies Act 1956. So I'll teach you that only. I don't know anything 2013. It's not that, but I'm just telling you as an example. It's not possible only, no? You go to client and you say, client, though, it's always ready with a list of questions whenever auditor comes. Auditor, that Schedule 3 has come. Auditor, that Ind AS. वो बोलते हैं वो GST का registration start होने वाला है. वो क्या अभी अपना कैसे करने का? सिर्फ बोलता है, you don't know? Oh, even I don't know. No, professional competence. You have to be updated regarding the developments in the profession. Your client says, अरे अपने को Ind AS applicable हो गया, IFRS applicable हो गया. CA is saying, but I don't know. What I don't know? Go and do IFRS ka course. You have to be competent. You have to be technically updated regarding the developments in the profession. अभी institute के जो GST के course हो रहे हैं, all are houseful. सब houseful चल रहा है. Registrations closed. No spot registration. Because you have to be updated regarding the developments in the profession. So professional competence is talking about your technical skills as a professional. And all the changes in law, all the changes in the audit procedures, audit technique, audit tools which have come, you have to be updated. And due care. Due care talks about your work skills. Proper planning, supervision, proper documentation of the work, proper audit program. You might have seen, these practicing CAs who've put up their own practice. I think other than a few which are exceptions, but 90% of them are very organized. If you might have seen your principal or any chartered accountant in practice, one thing which is very common attribute in all of them, they are very organized. उनके डायरी में लिखा हुआ रहता है कि कब किसका चेक डिपॉजिट करना है, कब कौन से क्लाइंट के यहाँ पे विजिट पे जाना है. Everything is written over there. So that's due care, doing your work in a systematic, efficient, planned manner. Right. Then this I'm sure you know, confidentiality, not to disclose the secrets of the client unless required by law or taken prior consent of the client. Same example, you came to know a 20 crore ka fraud. What you'll say? Confidentiality, not to disclose secrets of client. You'll not tell anyone regarding the fraud of 20 crore? Unless required by law. Now required by law na 143.12 duty to report fraud to CG. Karo mein bhi aata hai plus 143.12 also duty to report fraud to CG. But other than that, not to disclose the secrets of the client unless required by law or taken prior consent of the client for the same. Then professional behavior. Avoid any such behavior which might bring discredit to the profession. You know this CA, he does all work, but you know only little money you have to give him. Thoda bribe liya na, the CA pura apna company manage karke deta hai. Then you are bringing disrepute to the profession. Hai na? You are bringing discredit to the profession. So it says avoid any such behavior which might bring discredit to the profession. So professional behavior. And the last one, technical standards. And all the publications of ICAI and regulatory authorities are to be complied by the professional accountant. Like example, who has issued CARO? Central government. Who has issued tax audit form 3CD? The income tax department. Hai na? But who has to comply with all these? CARO ka reporting who has to do? CA has to do. Form 3CD ka reporting who has to do? CA has to do. So that's all the regulatory organizations. Na? Bank mein LFAR hota hai, long form of audit report. So who has issued these? Regulatory authorities. But who has to follow these? The chartered accountant. So that's the technical standards. So what are the ethical requirements? The fundamental principles to be followed by a professional accountant, IOC CPT. Integrity, objectivity, professional competence and due care, confidentiality, professional behavior and technical standards. Okay. Ye dekho. Number 16. The basic question, you know, that's a very wrong thing again students do. This question is not for CA final. Ye aisa question sirf IPCC pe aata hai. वो बोलते हैं ऑडिट डॉक्यूमेंटेशन, ऑडिट प्लानिंग, ऑडिट एविडेंस. मैडम, ऑल दिस इज नॉट आस्क्ड एट CA फाइनल. आई एम टेलिंग यू, यू डोंट डू एनी सच एनालिसिस. What are the fundamental principles as per the code of ethics of ICAI and what are the threats involved? Threats we'll see later, but fundamental principles, IOC CPT. Same thing is given in ethics also. So if in your books, if you look at the chapter of ethics, same thing given over there, IOC CPT. Integrity, objectivity, professional competence and due care, confidentiality, professional behavior and technical standards. Right. Then after that, in addition to the ethical requirements, you also need to comply with the requirement of independence. You understand? Rather, abhi audit report ka title kya hota hai मालूम है? Independent auditor's report. Earlier it used to be only auditor's report. And IPCC would have studied from the guidance note of independence of auditor, the definition of independence of auditor. Independence implies that the judgment of a person is not subordinate to the wishes or directions of another who might have engaged him or for his own self-interest. किसी की मोह माया, किसी के दबाव में आके CA should not take his decision. He should take an independent decision. So what does it say? Including independence. Now, just as an example, right, the Companies Act 2013 has taken a lot of steps to ensure the independence of the auditor. Like all the disqualifications given under 141 subsection 3, are steps taken to ensure the independence of the auditor. If you don't know these sections, that's also absolutely right. It's okay. Right, disqualifications of the company auditor. वहाँ पे एक disqualification है, पता है? Person, partner, relative who holds any security or interest, or who is indebted to the company, or its subsidiary holding, or who has given a guarantee. So why it says if you are holding one equity share out, you cannot do the audit of Jio Limited. If you are indebted to Jio exceeding 5 lakh rupees, you cannot do the audit. If your person, partner or relative have given guarantee of exceeding 1 lakh, you cannot do the audit. If you have a business relationship, you cannot do the audit. If you are providing other services, 144, not to render certain services, not to do the audit. All these are what steps taken to ensure the independence of the auditor. So just as an example, in the Companies Act it is given कि person, partner, relative holds any security or interest. However, relative can hold security or interest up to the face value of rupees 1 lakh. वो ठीक है. But beyond the limit, even relative cannot hold. So can person hold an equity share? No. One share also out. Partner, can he hold a share? Out. Relative can hold, but up to a particular amount. Beyond that, he is also out. So if I want to do the audit of Jio Limited, can I hold the share? No. Can my partners hold the share? No. Can my relatives hold the share? No. Beyond a particular amount, even they cannot hold. So obviously, if me, my partner or relative hold a share, I will be disqualified as per Companies Act. And 141(4), any of the disqualification attracted after his appointment, there shall be a vacancy in the office, and such vacancy shall be deemed to be a casual vacancy in the office of the auditor. So now, I cannot hold, my partner cannot hold, relative cannot hold. Now, say example, today is 24th of October 2016. Tomorrow the results of Jio Limited are going to come 25th of October. कल उनका है ना quarterly result declare होने वाला है, September quarter. I know the result that they are going to declare is profit of 150 crore. How much profit are they going to declare? 150 crore. Market में बात चलती रहती है ना, expectation. Market expectation is that Jio Limited will declare a profit of around 90 crore. And what I know, actually tomorrow they are going to declare 150 crore. And I also know, tomorrow the moment they declare these results, the share price will shoot up. And obviously market expectation se zyada, 90 crore expected, 150 crore result. And I know this today, because I am the auditor, I am going to sign the report tomorrow. So I know this today. So what I do, I call up my friend. Friend though is not there na, in the list of disqualification. So what I do, I call my friend. I tell my friend, insider trading na, price sensitive information. So I tell my friends, you purchase 1000 shares of Jio Limited, 50-50 we will do. Day trading karta hai na? You understand? So now, in this case, am I independent in appearance? Dunya ko dikhne ke liye, to comply with the requirement of company law, am I independent? Am I independent in appearance? Yes. But is there independence of mind? Is there independence of mind? No. And that is what the Code of Ethics says. Okay, auditor, we don't want independence only in appearance, but we also want independence of mind. And whenever I teach this concept in class, I can't think of any better example than when you are studying. You understand? When you are studying at home, क्या लगता है यार सबको तुम कितना पढ़ाई कर रहे हो? You understand now, morning 7 o'clock you've got up, 12 o'clock tak you're sitting at one place and not looking here, there, phone also not next to you, no breakfast, nothing, just sitting at one place. So everybody is like, you know, so much in awe of you. Okay, my God, so nicely you're studying. Appearance. But you know for yourself, okay, since 7 in the morning to now 12 in the afternoon, you've just moved 2 pages in the book. And to study not only in appearance, but study also in mind. है ना, कोई लोगों को ऐसे उसका मेरिट आया, अरे पर देख के लगता नहीं है कि इसका मेरिट आया होगा. समटाइम्स ऐसे भी होता है ना, अपीयरेंस से नहीं लगता है, बट वो कर लेते हैं. और कोई बोलता है, अरे उसके 2 सब्जेक्ट डाउन रह गए, उसका एक भी ग्रुप नहीं निकला. तुम बोलते अरे हमेशा तो लाइब्रेरी में रहता था, इसने इतना तो क्लास किया, इतना बुक्स रहता था, इतना पढ़ता था. It's different ना. So वैसे ही इंडिपेंडेंस नॉट अपीयरेंस में तो रहना ही पड़ेगा, क्योंकि अपीयरेंस में नहीं रहा तो कंपनीज एक्ट, चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स एक्ट विल कैच यू. But what is more important is independence of mind. Right? So ethical requirements including independence. So pehle what did we study? Overall objective. Then after that what did we study? Compliance with the ethical requirements including independence. Then after that it says auditor. Throughout the course of audit, you need to maintain an attitude of professional skepticism. An attitude of professional skepticism. What do you mean by this term, skepticism? Questioning mind means not to accept anything blindly, not to accept without reason. An attitude that includes a questioning mind. Questioning mind. Best example, small children. How much questions they ask, how much questions they'll ask. No, but you tell me, you don't have answers also sometimes to their question. You answer, again they'll give another question, out of that next question. Until the time they don't understand, they'll keep on asking, So similarly, at the client place, you are not going to accept anything without reason. You are going to ask, ये एंट्री कैसे पास किया, इसका वाउचर किधर है, इसका सिग्नेचर कहाँ पे है, इसका अकाउंटिंग इफेक्ट कहाँ पे आया, इसका एएस का कंप्लायंस दिखाओ, शेड्यूल 3 compliance, questioning mind. And why very important to be having a questioning mind? You understand, being alert to conditions, that is the next thing which they say. Being alert to conditions which may indicate a possible misstatement due to fraud or error. Whenever I write MS, it is misstatement, and whenever I write MT, it is material. MS matlab misstatement, and MT matlab material. Okay, so possible misstatement due to fraud or error. है ना? Possible misstatement due to fraud or error. You understand? No, say I've opened an Excel file over here. You understand? Say I have written a few numbers over here. Say 10, 20, again 10, again 20, and niche say again 40. You understand? And then what iske niche iska total diya hua hai. You understand? And say the total is 500. ये totaling error तो बहुत बार करते हैं ना लोग ऐसा. You understand? Now what happens? You just sometimes check the formula and वो उसके ऊपर change करते हैं. You understand? And formula wise you see okay. But then once you think it, just let me check this total manually. है ना? 30, 40, then 50, 60, 60 and 100. And then here it is looking 500. Why? You are alert to condition. You've decided not to accept anything blindly. Being alert to conditions which may indicate a possible misstatement due to error or fraud. The best example of alert to conditions is when you are playing the game of hide and seek. Lipa chupi. You understand na? Building ke compound mein. You understand na? One person has the den. That person goes somewhere and says 10, 20, 30, 40. And then you all car ke piche, pillar vagere. There you hide everywhere. And now that denner, he asks, ready? And then he goes. Okay, now, see if that denner says, see, I am sitting over here, when you want to come, you come. So you will be made kacha limbu, na? You'll say, you out. You are not going to do. What do? You be alert. Kaise dekhte hai? Can you imagine? Lipa chupi mein jis pe den rehta hai. How does that person look? Hey, come, you're there behind the car. I saw you. Out. Wo kuch bolte hai na? Stop. Something they say. They call. So similarly, you have been given the financial statements to audit. You understand? You can't say that it's not going to happen now. That balance sheet, profit and loss, cash flow notes, and uske piche list of fraud and error during the year. ऐसा होता तो क्या बात थी? खेल ही खत्म ना. You understand? It's a game of hide and seek. They are telling, no, true and fair, everything okay. But as an auditor, you have to be alert to conditions which may indicate a possible misstatement. Like example, Last year, 2016, say example, traveling expenditure 30 lakh. This year, 2017, really tell me, how much do you expect traveling expenditure to be? 10%, मतलब 35, 40, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा 40, 35, 40 lakh. You understand? So if it is 36 lakh during the year, will you be okay about it? Yes, more or less okay about it. It is 7 crore during the year. Now you'll say, क्या होगा ज़्यादा traveling? अपना क्या है? करने दो. Okay, no problem. Then you are not alert to condition which may indicate a possible misstatement. I am not saying that there is a misstatement, but only मुझे कुछ तो गड़बड़ लग रहा है. Possible misstatement due to error or fraud. I am not telling that there is. I think there may be possible misstatement due to error or fraud. And the critical assessment of audit evidence. Critical assessment of audit evidence. You were vouching rent. है ना? Rent you were vouching. You ask client rent agreement. What happens? Do you know the standard procedure when you get any document from the client? You understand? Client के यहाँ से कोई staff आता है, they give you some document. What you do? First you fold it. Then, next step? Punching machine. Perfect. Punching machine. Thak. Then third step? Open the file. And then put it. And यहाँ पे लिख देने का done. Standard procedure. अरे एक बार देख तो लेते कि rent agreement is of 1997. You're doing audit for 2017. They've given you 1997. You're doing audit of Jio Limited. Rent agreement पे नाम है Mio Limited. Agreement में rent amount it is written 20,000. They have shown in the book 2 lakh. ऐसे आंखों में तेल डाल के दृष्टि जल वो आता है ना रामदेव बाबा का. You understand that? क्या नाम है उसका? दृष्टि something ना? Whatever. Okay. Critical assessment of audit evidence. Critical. You understand? Is the voucher in the client's name? Is it properly signed? Is it related to the year? You have to do critical assessment. You can't just take a paper, punch it and put it into the audit file. So all this is talking about what? As an auditor, you are a very savdhan, jagrut auditor. No? Very awake, aware auditor. So an attitude that includes a questioning mind, being alert to conditions which may indicate a possible misstatement. I am not saying that there is a misstatement. I think there might be. And a possible misstatement due to error or fraud and a critical assessment of audit evidence. So how does this help you? It helps you to find out contradictory audit evidence. Evidence that brings into question the reliability of documents. Then the risk of overlooking unusual circumstances, 30 lakh and 7 crore, unusual circumstance. Overgeneralizing, these risks are reduced when you maintain an attitude of professional skepticism. So very important for an auditor not to accept anything blindly. Very good attitude, ये जो skepticism है ना, it's two way. Not to accept without reason and not to suspect without reason. Because if you start suspecting without reason, then investigation will start, and we are not doing investigation. So till the time we don't understand, we will not accept. Once we've understood, then we will not doubt. Not to suspect without reason. 10 times you've checked the rent agreement. Then you say, no, but still I think there is some fraud. No, then you can't think. Because you're not supposed to be suspicious. No, you're supposed to be cautious. Till the time you don't get all the evidence, you keep on asking. But once you've asked, then stop. So not to accept without reason and also not to suspect without reason. That is professional skepticism. Not to accept anything blindly. Right, yes, we take a break over there and then we'll complete with essay 200.